So good afternoon, everyone, to those who are watching here live on Facebook, on social media platforms, and also on Zoom, and on every platform here. Okay, so a very well welcome to you all. So I am Mr. Chelvin Ramsamy, as Taran has said. So today we'll be speaking on youth leadership. So at the end of this session, I promise that you will be a leader in your own community. The objectives, as Taran has just mentioned, are to define the concept of youth leadership. What is it all about? To encourage young people to become leaders in all spheres of life, be it in your own community, in your professional life, employment, etc. To critically analyze what is the need for youth leadership on the post the global pandemic, which is COVID-19, and also to assess the opportunities for youth in Mauritius post COVID-19. My academic qualification, as Taran has just said, he has just gone over that. My professional experience, currently I'm a rapporteur and moderator for FES Media, doing country reports all across Africa. I'm also Community Foundations consultant with the Southern African Trust, and we're currently working on a big project assessing the impact of COVID-19 on community foundations in the SADC region. Previously, I was a special assistant advisor regional integration to the African Union Commission chairperson. I was also a COVID-19 consultant for the Southern African Trust, the only organization for which I have worked twice. I was a tax consultant at Big Four accountancy firm, KPMG. But previously, I was also a service to Mauritius intern at both the Public Service Commission, which is the recruitment body for the government in Mauritius, and also the Development Bank of Mauritius Limited. And my first job was, in fact, a young graduate trainee at the Office of the Chief Executive and the Operations Directorate at the Financial Services Commission of Mauritius, found in edVentr. These leaders that you can see here on your screen, you already know them. Who are they? On my left, we have Mahatma Gandhi. On my right, we have Nelson Mandela. The first one was from India, the second one from South Africa. Two different stories, two different contexts, two different eras, but both of them have succeeded in their own way. And both of them are now recognized as true leaders by not only young people, but our historic says it all. So we are speaking about leadership, about youth leadership. But what is leadership all about? We hear that term so often. Life, it is full of difficult decisions. For example, when I completed my Bachelor degree, my LLB, in the year 2017, I had the difficult decision whether I should go on to do a master's degree that is an LLM or above, which is the step to become a barrister. At that particular time, I carefully considered my options and said that as a young people, as someone who is young, I need to learn more. I can't just have academic qualification. I need to have professional experience. So in addition to doing an LLM part-time, I was also able to work full-time in Mauritius. And later I went on in international organizations like the Southern African Trust, the FES Media, and also the African Union, most importantly. So what I was saying is that life is full of difficult decisions, and you have to make the right choice at the right moment. And if you make the right choice at the right moment, then you can become a true leader. So leaders, they have shared qualities. When we look at Nelson Mandela, when we look at Mahatma Gandhi, when we look at other young leaders across Africa and beyond, we see that all of them have some common qualities. For example, they were all dedicated in their own field. They were all fighting a battle for the betterment of the community. So practicing such qualities, it may help a person in becoming a successful leader. So as a leader, be it in high school, at university, or even at work, I have always given my 100% in everything that I have done. And I can see that leaders, they give their 100% to everything. So leadership, it may be learned either through experience as well as practice, and this is similar to any other skill. What is youth leadership all about? It's not only about leading. No. It is also about connecting, making networks. This is very important, especially when you are working. It is about dedicating your life. It is about dedicating your life for the betterment of the community, serving them by working for them. It is about learning, educating. It is about thriving. It is about being committed. It is about succeeding in what you're doing. So let's come to a definition of youth leadership. At the outset, in the agenda, we are coming up with a definition of youth leadership. So my research have found that Werner, Agrine, and Hughes in 1998, that is some 20 years back, defined youth leadership as part of the youth development process. Youth leadership is something which supports the development of the young people. Firstly, the ability of young people to guide, to direct others, to direct other young people on a course of action, influence the opinion and behavior of others, and act as a role model for other people. It is also the ability to assess one's own strengths and weaknesses, that is doing a SWOT analysis on yourself. It is about setting personal and vocational objectives so as to reach your goals. And to have the self-esteem, to have the commitment, to have the dedication to be able to execute and carry out those goals. Do you want to be a youth leader? Do you want to be a youth leader? So Nelson Mandela said that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. You need to set the example for your peers, for other young people in your community, for other young people in your school, for other young people in your university, for other young people at work. You need to spread positiveness around yourself. You need to be a responsible and committed young people. You need to promote teamwork. You need to inspire other young people. So what are some of the characteristics and behaviors of good young leaders? They're committed, as I said, they're motivated to do something, they want to achieve it, and they go for it no matter how many obstacles are in their way. They're excellent listeners, they listen to the advice of their seniors. They are excellent communicators, they communicate very fluently, they know how to spread the word, they're organized, they're very well meticulous, they're confident, they know what they are doing, and they wish and actually achieve their goals. They're a reliable person, you can rely on them. They're very flexible with their goals. They know how to adapt to different situations. For example, the impact of COVID-19, they know how to adapt to that. They're honest people, they're risk takers, they're not those who are reluctant to take risks, they take risks and they achieve their goals. They're resourceful, they know a lot, they learn a lot from other people, and they share and spread a lot. What are the characteristics and behaviors of good youth leaders? So there are a lot of characteristics and behaviors of young leaders, as we have seen. We have already seen more than 10 characteristics for young people. But young people, they should be given enough opportunities to use their talents in society. And we will see that we are petitioning adults, we are petitioning our seniors to give us young people a voice so that we can spread the word, we can do something for society, be it in our community, be it at school, be it at work, be it in parliament. So visible leadership experience, young people, our young leaders, they are usually engaged in certain kinds of activities, which we can see in our everyday life. For example, they are very active in the community. They're always organizing events, whether be it physical, be it digital events, they're always organizing something, they're always on the move. They're delivering youth-related workshops for the better community, be it on drugs, be it on alcohol consumption, be it on sports. They're always there, moving and keep moving for the betterment of the community. They may hence be recognized for a number of ways. For example, with their attendance at different events, you see them in different events, you see them participating, you see them contributing, not only being there as a passive spectator, no, but as an active participant. They're always engaged. They're always committed. They want to do something. They're always passionate. They love what they do. They volunteer. They interact and are willing to help other people. What are some of the benefits of youth leadership? It is increased academic achievement. When you're a young leader, you're committed to do everything that you go through. So it increases your academic achievement. It increases your motivation to succeed in whatever sphere in life, in whatever you are engaged in. It increases your positive health decisions. It increases your social skills, your self-esteem, your popularity in society. People, you know you more. You go in different events, you present, you contribute, always doing something new. You have a good sense of personal control over yourself. You have increased development of leadership, communication, and decision-making skills, which are very important for life. You are a very reliable person. Everyone can rely on you. They can delegate a task to you, and you will complete that in the minimum amount of time and in a very good way. You can take over job responsibilities in your work. You have increased communication in the family. Family life is very important. You are the one who promotes and spread positiveness all around the family. You're the one acting as the role model as a young leader for your peers, for your juniors, for your small cousins, for your small brothers and sisters. You have decreased psychosocial problems. For example, loneliness, shyness. No, you don't have that. You know how to communicate. You're not afraid of speaking in front of the public. You have decreased involvement in risky behaviors, and you also promote decreased involvement in risky behaviors for those around you in your community. You organize workshops, you organize different events, you organize tracks, you organize sessions, you invite those who are in power, you invite those who are in government to come and speak, to come and participate in campaigns against tobacco, in campaigns against alcohol and drug use, in campaigns for blood donation. So you are always the one who is leading, you are always the one who is building a better society of tomorrow. We know that in order to become a young leader, in my own experience, I can say that you need opportunities actually. And the opportunities are there. If you see across Africa today, we young Africans, we have so many opportunities, so many fully funded or partially funded opportunities, which are available to us. We can create a meaningful leadership experience to enable young people to participate. For example, creating workshops, conferences, organizing them, looking for sponsors, organizing especially workshops for young people, organizing seminars for young people. You can offer regular and multiple chances for youth to take on leadership roles in various facets of life. I'm not speaking only on school, only on work, but also in extracurricular activities, which is very, very important. We need a holistic education today. The concept of only education, that is redundant today. We need holistic education. We need to also empower and enable youth to assume important responsibilities as well as leadership roles. If we don't give them the chance, if we don't give them the opportunity to be at the right table, to be among politicians, among those who have the experience, how will those young people learn? That's my question. It is important as well to acknowledge that everything takes time and leadership happens even when mistakes occur. We have seen that those who have been leaders, those who are recognized, for example, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, they have been in prison at some point of their life. They have struggled, they have done many good things for society, but also they have had to face different challenges. They have had done some mistakes at the start, and they have learned from those mistakes, and they have improved from those mistakes, and their mistakes have helped them to make a positive change, to make a positive contribution to society. Now, when we speak of young people cannot go alone. We need a change mindset. And we can't just have a change mindset among our young people, among our younger generation, those who are at school, those who are at universities. We need the full participation. When I say the full participation, we need also that the adult, that those who are age 40 and above, 35, 40, 45, 60, 70, 80, those who are in power, those who are in government, they need to help us. They need to realize that the young people of today, they are not only the future of tomorrow, they are the future of today. They are those young people who can lead If you cannot lead. So we need a change mindset from those others. We need no longer the drivers, but they need to be the supporters. They need to support us to become young leaders. They don't need to say, I'm teaching you. They need to say, come, let's learn together. They don't need to say, I will just do it. They need to say, you can do it. Yes, you can. And I am here to help you. You need any assistance? Come back to me, I'll help you. I'll delegate this position to you. I'll delegate this job, this task to you, and just do it. Just do it. And even if you make any mistake, that's the issue. We will help you. We'll do it together. We need that change in mindset. And that change in mindset is very, very important to do. So we have also spoken about the impact of COVID-19 on young people, not only in Africa, not only in Mauritius, but across the world. COVID-19, the global pandemic, has had a negative impact, but as well as a positive impact. In everything that happens, we need to find the positiveness. What is positive about it? I would say that COVID-19 is a blessing in disguise. For example, I have had the opportunity to complete my bar course, which was always, if you see history, if you see some 50 years back, it was always something which was physical. But with COVID-19, this has put the pressure on universities. This has forced and compelled universities to deliver the course online. And in fact, we started the course online, and in fact, we completed the course online. So I've been able to do the course at half the price that it was initially, in fact, less than half. So for me, COVID-19, I would say that it is a blessing in disguise. I have lost a few relatives, but we need to see as well the positive side of the global pandemic. So for young people, there are new opportunities in a digital era. You are not longer speaking of the era where we used to work, like go on a 9-to-5 job, take a bus, go to Port Louis in Mauritius, go to your job, and then start at 9, end at 5 at the office, and then come back, take a bus, come back home, reach home at 6:30 or 7. It's no longer like that. It's a digital era. We need to use technologies. And with COVID-19 has shown to us that we can use technologies to spread learning, knowledge, to work online. We can do business online. We can do e-shopping, online shopping. We can do research online. We can do many things online. In fact, 85% of things can be done online if you do it properly. So COVID-19 brings fresh opportunities for young people. It also brings fresh opportunities for Africa. Potential. The literature has said it. The literature has said it several times. I've worked for the African Union as a special state advisor on regional integration, where I was overseeing the whole region, the whole of the continent. We always said that Africa has untapped potential. But what did that mean? Africa today, it is the youngest continent in the world. Africa today has 60% of its entire population, which is aged below 25. And we know that these young Africans, they are no longer like their older generation. They are no longer like their older counterparts. They have been at school. They are graduates. They've been at universities. They're postgraduates. Some of them are even going for PhDs across Africa. And you'll be surprised to know how many young Africans are completing their PhDs through either partially funded programs or fully funded programs by investment from foreign companies, from foreign universities who have been generous to Africa. And in fact, I can say that Africa has a lot of potential. Africa can actually become the next big continent, the next big thing, I would say. So as you know, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, after some delays due to the COVID-19, it has finally entered into force on the 1st of January 2021. And the AFCFTA, it actually eliminates 90% tariffs on goods. So it promotes intra-African trade not only from Africa, not only from across one country, but from one country to another. And not like long back, but only yesterday, I was speaking to someone from the ministry about entrepreneurship in Mauritius. And they said that only 3 to 4% of businesses in Mauritius, they actually export their goods. So Mauritius is already a small country, a small dot on the Indian Ocean, small dot on our world map. And in this small pond that we have, so 97% of our producers, they are all like fishing in this same pond. So what will happen? How much competition can you have? How many buyers can you find? You see that there is a lack of information about the AFCFTA. So I would encourage young people, young entrepreneurs, young businessmen to go for it. Use the AFCFTA, for example. It eliminates 90% tariff on goods. So this is the opportunity for you to export all across the continent. Don't limit yourself to only Mauritius. So that's one cute example. There are other examples. For example, in healthcare, we need people. The government is taking up doctors, so why not go and do medical field studies? We need young professionals more than ever before as the country and Africa becomes digitalized. So there are lots of opportunities for young Africans, and I would actively encourage young Africans to take up these opportunities. These opportunities won't come back again. Tomorrow never comes, so take up the opportunity today. So it's now or never for you guys to take up this opportunity. For example, I recall that in 2019, I was offered the opportunity to go to the African region. So when the opportunity came, so I was saying, what will I do? As COVID-19 had just come in December 2019. So we did our pre-deployment orientation training, and we're not sure where we'll be able to go. So we started our journey online. We started working for them online. And in fact, I can say that if I had refused, and many of my friends, in fact, refused that opportunity because they said that the online experience is not the same as the physical one. They needed the physical one. And if I had refused that opportunity at that particular time, COVID-19 has lasted 2 years now, more than 2 years, already 2 years. So if I had forgotten that opportunity would have never come. Same for my New Zealand bar, as I said earlier. If I had waited some more time, so maybe COVID-19 would go away one day or the other, and then be physical again. So I waited for it to become online, and I worked and studied at the same time. And if I completed my bar, and if I completed my job with the African Union. So these are opportunities that we need to take. So for me, as someone who has worked on many different youth programs, I have attended recently a youth program again in Benin, which was organized by UNESCO through ICCA Programme. I have participated at the African World Heritage Youth Forum in South Africa, and I was in fact the winner of the 5th edition in 2021. I participated for the YALI program, the Young African Leaders Initiative in South Africa, in Betran, at the school, okay, the University of South Africa, the business school. I have actually studied abroad as well in New Zealand, in the UK. Okay, I have taken up many opportunities, which sometimes 2 different opportunities, working and studying at the same time. In fact, I've been doing that since 2017, working and studying at the same time. So doing more than one thing at the same time. For me, youth leadership, being a young leader, it is an investment for the future. When you deliver workshops, when you have the community, that help that you offer to others, this will always come back to you in one way or the other. And I can say that I have many people who have helped me in one way or the other. I have helped them in some way or the other, and they have helped me back. They have given me back. So for me, it is an investment in the future, being a young leader. We need, therefore, that the government, that the different institutions that we have, the different NGOs that we have, which are concerned about youth leadership, that they provide leadership training for our young people. The youth should then return to their communities like I have done. I could have gone to the UK. I studied at the UK. I could have gone there. I studied in New Zealand. I will soon have a work permit in New Zealand, having studied there. I would have that. They're looking for young professionals. I could have gone there. I have had the opportunity to go to Canada, to go to work there. I would have got like 4 or 5 times that I would have got in Mauritius, the amount of money. I could have gone there easily. And they are looking for young professionals. It's easy for me. It takes only a few months. And they in fact approached me several times. But I wanted to get back to Africa. Africa is where I was born. Mauritius is where I was born. Africa is where I got the opportunity to go for so many youth programs. In Egypt in 2019, in South Africa so many times in 2019, in 2021 so many times, in Benin, in Ethiopia. That says it all fully funded programs. So I wanted to come back to my community. I wanted to come back. My community is Africa. I wanted to come back to Africa to give back. So I would encourage you, young people, to return to your communities after taking leadership trainings, to use your leadership and other skills that you have as a mobilizing force within needy communities. As a conclusion, I would say that choosing to become a youth leader may bring positive effects to your personality, to your health, to your community, to your education, not only to yourself, to those around you. When you become a youth leader, you're not only changing yourself, you're not only promoting your own personality, you are changing those around you, you're motivating them. They look upon you for role model. They ask for you for recommendation letter. They ask you to come and speak for their programs, to deliver a speech. They ask you to come to their schools, to help other young people. They look upon you for everything. Success as a youth leader, it depends not only on your knowledge and learning, but equally on what we actually apply from our knowledge and training. We have seen that so many young people, they obtain fully funded opportunities, but they don't actually come back to Africa. They don't actually come back to deliver what they need to deliver. So you young people, you need to take advantage of these missed opportunities that you have had and develop your leadership skills. For me, the right time never comes. Believe me, the right time never comes. If I had said that I would become a barrister at law, so I needed full-time training. Okay. If I would have said that I can't work at the same time. Okay. So I would not have had the work experience. Perhaps I would not have had any work experience right now. Forget about 4 years of experience. I would not have had any work experience. I was only learning. So I have concluded through my experience that the right time never comes. You may have 2, you may have 3, you may have multiple opportunities at the same time. Take up all of them. Believe me, take up all of them. Do some sacrifice, and your sacrifice will pay off. So for me, if you ask me what you need to do, I would say you need to take up the challenge. Now you need to become a youth leader. Now. It's now or never to become a youth leader. So that marks a bit the end of our session here today on the importance of youth leadership in society. So any questions are most welcome. You may either type in the chat box, you may either be live on Facebook, type them in the comment section on Facebook. So I'll be very happy to take up your questions. Thank you.